and welcome back to the Jamey Mellis Show. I'm Jamey Mellis, and thank you for joining us today. All right, so if you're like many people, you go out to a search engine when you're trying to do research on the internet, and I'm sure you probably find them frustrating at times when you're doing your research and you just can't seem to find what it is that you're looking for. So many other things are coming up, and it's just kind of getting in the way of what it is you're really looking for. And I'm sure you've looked at the results that come up and think, well, I'm not interested in that, and I'm not interested in this, or maybe something didn't show up that I was looking for. Well, it's all in the way that you are actually doing the search. So what I want to do is go over some different techniques that you can use to try to find what it is you're looking for when you're using a search engine. There's various operators and so forth that you can use that can help to narrow down or bring in more stuff that you're looking for. And so it's just, again, it's a matter of the techniques that you're using to do the searches. So let's start out with a basic search here. I'm going to give you an idea of what a basic search looks like. And we're going to, as we go through this, we're going to kind of use different techniques, and I'll show you how we can kind of narrow down or how we want to put things together to help you find what it is you're looking for. All right, let's take a look at the screen real quick. And the first item we're going to talk about is just basically a basic search. It's something that you are doing on a regular basis, right? And so, we're going to take a look at a basic search here. This is stuff that you do on a regular basis. You just throw a bunch of words into the search engine. And my example here, I have lightweight laptop notebook. Okay? And so when you put this in Google, for instance, I'm using Google for most of these, but really this is going to kind of hold true on most search engines that you use. You know, they're going to search all of the terms as individual words and also even together. Like, for instance, lightweight laptop notebook. Okay, you might find stuff that has lightweight in your results, something that has laptop, something that has notebook. So all of these different things are going to show up in your search results. You could end up with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, or even in some cases billions of search results. I mean, how do you go through that kind of a result, right? All right, so again, this can be unwieldy, and you're going to end up with a whole bunch of stuff that you're not going to be able to find what you're looking for. So how do we narrow this down a little bit or try to get the results more like what we're wanting to see here, okay? All right, let's take a look at the next item here. Okay, we can use like Boolean type operators here, like using and or. So laptop or lightweight laptop or notebook, okay? All right, in this example, Google's going to search for the term laptop or notebook in the search, and it actually is what it's going to do is it's going to put these together, laptop against lightweight and notebook against lightweight. So it will then help to get you more of what it is you're looking for. I'm going to get more into these parentheses here in just a little bit, but take a look at that right there, lightweight, and then in parentheses, laptop or notebook, okay? Notice I'm using or here, laptop or notebook. If you don't put that in there, it defaults to using and, okay? So laptop and notebook. No, we're looking for either a laptop or a notebook. So this is going to give us different search results than if we just had what we had from the previous example, right? So previous example here is lightweight laptop notebook. If we use that, if you were to put that in your search engine and then put the next one, which is with the parentheses in your search engine, you're going to see that you're going to get different results. And hopefully as we go through this, you'll see that it's going to narrow down what it is you're looking for. And by the way, there's a difference between a laptop and a notebook, okay? So if you were to put laptop notebook or notebook laptop, it may think you're trying to call it the same thing. Okay, so this helps you to narrow that down. All right. Next item on the list here, quotes. Let's talk about quotes here for a moment. This is something I use all the time. Very, very important to understand quotes. This is one of the basics that you should be using on a regular basis. To search for an exact match, you're going to want to use quotes. This tells the search engine that you want to find search results with the exact match of the words you have between the quotes. It doesn't care about whether or not you have capital letters, lowercase letters, and so forth. It's just it's going to look for these words together. Lightweight laptop, okay? Think about using quotes when you're doing things. If you have words that should be together, or if you have words that you want to have together, then use the quotes. It will then use that to find words in the results that are together like what you have inside those quotes. Again, I use this one all the time. It really does make a big difference and helps out considerably when you're trying to narrow down or find what it is that you're looking for, okay? All right, we're going to take and go to the next item here now. And again, this is the parentheses. We talked about this earlier. So a parentheses allows you to give priority to or search against other words. Okay, listen to that. Priority, right? If it's inside the quotes, it gets priority. Inside the parentheses, it gets priority over stuff outside the parentheses. It also is then used to search against other words. Like we looked at this just a moment ago, lightweight laptop or a lightweight notebook. So if there are other things that you're searching for and you need to give those words priority, then put it in a parentheses. That gives it a priority against other words in what it is that you're searching for. And again, also it can be used against other words within the search, okay? I use parentheses from time to time. Not as much as I use quotes, but it definitely helps to narrow down what it is I'm looking for, or maybe I shouldn't even say narrow down, but hone in more so on what I'm looking for. And that's really what we're looking for, right? So when you're doing an internet search, the goal is that you want to get rid of anything that's not really relevant to what you're looking for, and just kind of give you probably would be happy with 3 or 4 pages worth of search results compared to hundreds of pages that you got to filter through. And most people don't really go through more than the first 3 or 4 pages before they start using a different search term. And so, oftentimes, it's really not that you need to find a new way to search. It's just using some of these operators that we're talking about. All right, let's take a look at the next item here. All right, this one. Love these. Use these all the time. Really can make a significant difference in what it is that you're looking for. All right, so what I've got here, lightweight laptop or notebook. Okay, now I put down plus HP minus Acme. So the minus, and I'll get to that in a second, the Acme, I didn't want to put down a brand, and then people thought, well, he doesn't like that brand. So I just put down Acme minus tablet. So what am I saying here, right? So I'm looking for lightweight laptop or notebook computers, and I put plus HP. Now, that's not saying that I'm omitting other brands or saying only find HP. I'm saying that I want HP as part of my search results, right? I don't want to see brands called Acme. So if there were Acme laptops out there, maybe it's a brand I don't like, then I would put that there, minus, and then that brand name. I put down minus tablet because I'm not looking for tablets. So like when I put this in a regular search engine, as I was going through the show today, putting this together, you know, there were thousands of results coming up that had tablets in them. Well, I didn't want tablets. It was getting in the way of what I was trying to find. So by doing minus tablets, it got rid of entries that had the word tablets in there. Now, it doesn't always work, okay? But for the most part, it will omit that. You may still have articles that say they have HP in there, but it could also be that even though you said minus tablet, it could still be some results that come up that have the word tablet in it. Not often, but it could happen. So don't think it's going to 100% omit everything. And you don't really want to omit everything because that same page that has a tablet on it could also have what you're actually looking for, right? So, but it does help to narrow that down. Use as many of these as you need to. You know, plus HP, plus Dell, plus Lenovo, minus, whatever you want to do. And here's what I usually do. As I'm entering the search, what I'm looking for, what the parameters are for my search. I look at the results that come up, and then I start seeing things that I'm not interested in. Then I go back and just add in minus, and then whatever it is coming up that I'm not interested in. And then I look at the next set of search results, and I do the same thing, minus, and I keep getting rid of the stuff that I'm not interested in. And then the stuff that I am interested in, it could be on page 50, which I'll never go to page 50 to look for. It could start bubbling up to the top, which is really what I'm looking for, right? So go through your search results, and you start looking at the first 3 or 4 pages, and you're saying, there's stuff here that I'm not interested in. And you use that minus sign to get rid of those types of pages so that you don't have to deal with all the stuff that's not of any interest to you, okay? Same thing with the plus sign. If there's something that you're seeing and you're like, I want more of this, plus. And by the way, note that there is not a space here. Very important. There are no spaces between the plus and the minus. You put a space, you're going to get a different result. So make sure you don't put that space here, okay? All right, let's take a look at the next item. All right, the wild card, okay, the asterisk. If you're looking for something but you're not sure what the word is, you can use an asterisk or the wild card. It can also be used to put any word in place of the asterisk. For instance, let's say I'm looking for a sandwich, right? Bacon, lettuce, tomato, chicken, lettuce, tomato, egg, lettuce, tomato, whatever. I'm looking for I want to make a sandwich, and I'm going to use lettuce and tomato, but I don't know what else I want to put in front of that, right? Well, bacon is going to show up on your results. Chicken, lettuce and tomato, right? An egg, lettuce, and tomato will show up. Whatever, actually, when I put this in there were things coming up in there. I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about that. That sounds like a pretty good sandwich. And so use the asterisk if you're not sure of what that word is. Or maybe you don't really know how to spell a word. You could put an asterisk there for a placeholder for that word or part of the word. Can definitely help you in a bind when you're trying to find something and you're really not sure what you should be putting in for that word. So think about using the asterisk in there when you're doing search results, okay? Or search when you're doing searches. All right, next item. All right, this is an interesting one. Got to get this one right, because if you don't do this just right, it's not going to work. If you want to look for something based on a price or price range here, okay, we can use a dollar sign. All right, so laptop computer, $249. Now notice I use the asterisk here because what if it's $249.99? What if it's $249.95? What if it's $294 or $249.50? Whatever. If I put in $249.95, I'm only going to come up with two laptops that fall into that price point of $249, right? So there's a good example of using an asterisk. So this says, okay, anything that's got a 1 through 99, it will pick that up, right? All right, let's look at the price range. I got laptop computer. Then I have a dollar sign, and that's, the dollar sign's got to go in the front there. The price that I want to look for, ... and then a dollar sign. No spaces. This is why it's important to get this just right. You start putting in spaces, you don't put the dollar signs in where they need to go, the dots and so forth. It's not 3 dots, it's 2. You're not going to find what you're looking for. So in this example, I am looking for a laptop computer in the price range of $250 to $500. Okay? You're going to get a lot there. If you start getting some results and you're not happy with that and you want to narrow the price down a little bit, maybe you're looking for $249. Okay, here's an example of where I start out at $250, but I'm omitting everything in that $249 price point, right? So maybe you want to put $249 to $599. Maybe you're not finding many results. Okay? Right now, prices of laptops and desktops are going up because of the pandemic, and there's a supply shortage of components, as well as the computers themselves. So prices are going up. So if you aren't finding what you're looking for, maybe go from 500 to 600 or 700. Or maybe bring that price down if you're seeing lots of results out there. Maybe there's a clearance somewhere. Then go from $249 to $349 and see if what you're looking for shows up in that particular price range. So $, price, ... $, all together. Make sure you get that right or you won't find what you're looking for. All right, let's take a look at the next item here. Let's put it all together here. All right, so I've got lightweight laptop or notebook in parentheses. Price range of $250 to $900. Spread that price range out a little bit because of a particular word here. I don't want tablets. I have plus Dell, plus HP. Now, I put 16G or 16G in these parentheses, okay? Notice that the first one says 16 or shows 16 space G asterisk, right? 16G asterisk or 16G asterisk. What's the difference there? There's a space. You're going to find a lot of sites use a space between the G and the amount of RAM. Also, some will spell it out. They will put GIG, or they might put GB, or they could put the whole word, gigabyte, right? So since I don't know what they're going to come up with, if I were to put down gigabyte, 16 gigabyte, well then I may not get the ones that are showing that have GB per gigabyte. Okay? So this is a great example of how you can use that asterisk and the parentheses here. And again, I'm showing you, I put 16 space G or 16G as two different items I'm looking for, right? If I had put 16G and 16G, it would not have worked because that's saying I want to find results that have 16 space G and they also have to have 16 without the space G. You're not going to find that. So this is why the syntax is very important when you're doing this. So 16 space G or 16 no space G and then the asterisk. That way I can make sure I'm getting all other results of what that could be, right? All right, next item. Plus, touchscreen. Plus, remember we used plus a minute ago. I got Dell. And I put touchscreen. I put them in quotes here because I'm saying I really want to find that in the article or in the search results. And the reason why I went to $900 here is because when you add touchscreens to the price of the computer itself, it causes that price to go up. And really, you don't find much for $900 around touchscreens. You're going to find some, but it's not going to be a whole lot. So if you're interested in having that touchscreen as an option, make sure you put your pricing up a little bit. And so keep that in mind when you're doing your search results. If you don't think you're going to find it, if you're searching for pricing or something else, take out the word touchscreen. If I put touchscreen in there, it's going to find mostly these devices that are going to have touchscreens. So expect that you're going to be paying more. When it comes to doing other types of search terms, again, just think about what you're putting together. Now look at how complicated this is, right? Lightweight, laptop or notebook, $250 to $900, minus tablet. I don't want tablets in the search results. Dell and HP, and it's going to find other ones like Asus and other brands that they're going to come up as well. But I definitely want to make sure that I am seeing Dell and HP. I'm not saying that I don't want to see the others, okay? So you're going to see Asus and you're going to see other brands that are going to come up in there. Lenovo and so forth. 16 gigabytes of RAM, okay? So the reason I put the 16 in there because I really think if you're going to get a laptop today, you got to have 16 gigs of RAM. Unless it's a really low-end machine and all you're doing is email and basic web searching, 16 gigs is really where you should be going. So I put 16G or 16 gig here. And if you like the idea of having a touchscreen, sometimes I like using the touchscreen. I've got laptops both ways. It's your preference, If I'm doing presentations, it's great touching the screen, not having to worry about dealing with a mouse. So if you're interested in that, then that's how you do this. So what do you think about adding all of this together to be able to hone in on what it is you're looking for. Remember, we talked about a lightweight laptop notebook earlier. You're going to get, I think when I did the first search on that, it came up with 16 billion results. And as I'm going through this and narrowing it down, there was less and less of, it got down to, I think, 30,000 results as I was going through this. And there was at one point where I got it down into the low, a couple thousand on the results. It's all in the technique. So give these a shot and see if these help you. All right? All right. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time on The Jamey Mellis Show.